Hey guys, Eric with Stokastic back with another marketing strategy video, and today I want to talk about cross-selling. Not the whole shebang. Cross-selling is a huge topic to cover, and far more than I could get done in one of these videos. So I want to touch on just one element of cross-selling, and that is, does cross-selling keep customers active longer? Because that's kind of the whole point of cross-selling, right? The idea behind cross-selling is that I can sell multiple products to the customer over their lifetime and keep them engaged with my company. So the way we're going to do this is to take a look at alpha charts. And for those of you who have seen some of our other videos, or for those of you who have had a mirror score done, you should be familiar with this chart. This is an alpha chart. It maps out when a customer spends money with your company. And this is an alpha chart of an HVAC company. And you can see all of the revenue stacked on the customer comes in the first 30-day window. In fact, $15 million of $23 million in sales. Scroll out to the end of the first year, you could see we add another $3 million plus to that 15. That's $18 million of $23 million in sales happen in the first year this company knows a customer. This is pretty typical. Over time, and we've got a pretty long timeline for this company, 12 years worth of time. By the time you get out to years 9, 10, 11, 12, that percentage falls down to basically nothing. And that's really typical of what we would see in an alpha chart. We're going to look at a lot of those today as we run through this. The alpha chart for HVAC always looks about like what you're seeing on the screen here. So the idea behind cross-selling, like I said before, is to sell the customer or offer the customer related items that they may find useful. So if you were selling donuts, you might start selling coffee. And in this case, most of us are selling plumbing or HVAC or electric, and we decide to add one of the others. And the biggest two we see is the pairing of HVAC and plumbing. So that's what we're going to look at today. Because the idea behind cross-selling is if I offer you more things, you'll buy more things from me. And hopefully, in our industry, your customers will keep coming back because we know all of that front-end business is stacked on HVAC. What does it look like for plumbing? Well, the company we just looked at does cross-sell. And unfortunately, from an aspect of customer longevity, you can see all of those plumbing sales are, again, really focused on this first 30-day time frame. In fact, plumbing in general, more focused on the first 30 days than HVAC is. So cross-selling is not going to change this timeline. And the reason is because of why customers buy it from us. We can't change the customer's buying pattern because we haven't changed the reason why the customer buys from us. Why do customers buy from HVAC companies, from plumbing companies, from electric companies? They buy because something is wrong. Something is broken and you can fix it. We often think of ourselves as a McDonald's or a car dealership, but that's the wrong analogy. People do not look forward like they do to a hamburger or buying a new car, to replacing their air conditioner or fixing a leaky pipe. We fix a problem they usually didn't expect to have to pay for. We are an expense and a liability, and the customers, because of that, do not want to have, by and large, a long-term relationship with us. And we can see it again and again. Let's flip through a bunch of companies here. If we're talking about a big company with a lot of sales, all of the HVAC sales, as you're seeing on the screen here, stacked in that first 30 days. Plumbing sales, stacked in the same place. If we look at a relatively small company, all of the sales for the HVAC side, stacked into the first 30 days. For the plumbing side, stacked in that same frame. And that's what we're going to see again and again. It doesn't matter if we're on the East Coast, stacked into the first 30 days, stacked into the first 30 days on the plumbing side, or if we're on the West Coast, big or small, all of the sales are really focused into that first 30-day time frame through the end of the first year. HVAC and plumbing. And that doesn't change because when the customer has the problem and when you're in the home, that's the shot we get. We don't get back into many homes. Even when you cross-sell, the percentage of homes you get back in doesn't really change. The percentage of homes falls off drastically for our industry every time you enter the home. It's 50% fall off through the end of the first 30 days. So if you lose half the homes and we don't really cross-sell as much as we think we do, the problem is, if you don't get it up front, you won't get it at all. Taking a look at another company, again, long timeline, 14 years here. Where are all the HVAC sales stacked? in the first 30 days. Why? Because that's when the customer had a problem. You fix the problem, and then they don't really need you to come back anymore. On the plumbing side, same deal. Customers called when they had a problem, you fixed the problem, and most of them left. And that's what we see time and time again. So that kind of raises the question, does cross-selling work? Well, I told you we're going to do a bigger video on that, talk about the differences in percentages, differences in revenue, etc. But just to touch on it here for a moment, yes, absolutely cross-selling works, but it's with a small percentage of customers. 10% is the high water mark. 10% of your customers will buy both services from you. It's not 70. And those cross-sold customers, though, are really, really valuable. That's why everybody gets so excited about them. When you crunch the numbers and look how much a cross-sold customer will buy, it's tremendous. But it's a relatively small percentage of your customer base, and it all happens up front. It all happens in that first year, in that first 30 days you know the customer. Meaning, if you don't get it in that time frame, if you don't go in and find every opportunity the first time you get in that house, chances are you won't get those opportunities. So hey guys, I'm Eric from Stokastic. I would love to take a look at what your alpha chart looks like so you can see when your customers and how your customers buy, along with all the other fantastic stuff we have built into the MIR score. How do you get a hold of me to do that? You pick up your phone and you call. My number's on the screen there. Let's talk. Let's get you on the docket for a MIR score. Let's take a look at how your company's performing. And hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Talk to you guys later.